just getting going here. Let me make certain that we're live and that our audio is working because, of course, we've never had that problem before. Looks like we are going on Twitch TV. If you are just joining us and have followed along, welcome to the show. This is, again, nothing in the way of anything exceptionally fancy. We do not do anything in the way of tap dancing or game playing or chess or cooking or anything else. But this is our look at weather in and around portions of the area. We're from Chattanooga, Tennessee. This is News 12. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek to keep you updated as to what's going on out there. And for tonight, again, let's see. Okay, audio is working, just confirming that. For those of you who are just tuning in for the first time, this is our online video weather blog, keeping you updated as to what's going on, primarily, again, around this area, southeast Tennessee, north portions of Georgia, northeastern Alabama, and extreme western North Carolina. We're down south of Interstate 40, and this is where we are keeping track of what's going on with our weather situation in and around the area. So we'll talk more about that coming up here on the forecast. Got some changes coming up. We'll give you a detailed version of what's happening with our new winter weather advisories in just a little bit. Thanks to News 12 viewer Clyde Bloom up on Signal Mountain for a couple of pileated woodpeckers. Hope I'm saying that first part right there. I'm not not exactly a bird scholar, so I think that's the right one. A beautiful shot right there up on Signal Mountain. So thank you, Mr. Bloom, Signal Mountain, for a gorgeous view there. If you've got pictures, let's see them. Go to wdef.com to drop around our social media pages and email them to pictures@wdef.com. We'd love to see what you're seeing out there. We did have a slightly cooler day today than yesterday. We did not even officially make our regular normal high temperatures. We were 20 degrees below our normal high temperature, and our high temperature was 1 degree colder than our normal low temperature. So this is a decently powerful punch of cold air. We did not make the single digits overnight. We came very close, but we did not actually make anything into and around that area. Tomorrow, if you have any outdoor plans, it's going to be best earlier rather than later, and high temperatures, assuming we get enough sunshine earlier during the day, will be better than the end part of the day when our next storm system is slated to roll on through. We'll time that out for you coming up here in just a little while. I want to take a look at the interstates, which last night were a complete and total mess. Right now, traffic is moving along. We do not see any backups or slowdowns around I-24 at the Georgia state line from the TDOT SmartWay camera system. Last night, this side of the roadway, the westbound 24 area just to the west of this particular camera location, is where we had a couple of jackknife trailers and a lot of cleanup with the icy roadways going on. And this travel snarl went all the way back to Chattanooga and beyond, even past the ridge and all the way over, about a 40 to 50 mile scrum of traffic jam last night. But fortunately, that's not going on tonight out there. Bailey's Heating and Air Camera downtown, kind of on the hazy side, but otherwise not bad. Dry and clear across the area. Lee Point, 153 at 64. Not seeing too much of a problem out there. A few areas of haze and pollutants stacking up in the fairly calm atmosphere, well back on off to our north and south and west on this particular camera. From the Patriot Concrete camera, I-24 traffic moving along quite nicely at this time into downtown, and likewise from the Tomahawk Crane and Rigging camera. This area was a snarl as well last night, not showing that tonight at 2475 in south central Chattanooga. From the Chattanooga Theater Center on the North Shore, from the Speedy's Total Car Care camera, Tennessee River got some ripples on it and looks like some chunks of ice floating downstream, and still some ice around Coolidge Park in portions of the grassy areas showing up there. We also have temperatures back into the lower 20s. Winds are calm for right now, so we don't have much of a wind chill to speak of, but we will see some breezier conditions coming our way as we get into around portions of the weekend. Temperatures right before the top of the hour, regionally teens and 20s we are going to continue again to see the potential for some very cold air into the weekend. Not seeing any single digits right now. 15 in Athens, 16 Madisonville, Decatur, 15 also in Pikeville. So we're getting some temperatures pretty low and without any clouds to keep the heat of the day in. That's going to drop our temperatures even more. Wind chills, single digits up around Monteagle, back in the lower single digits possible for some of the area. Teens and 20s on the wind chills so far. All right, here's what we're looking for into the rest of the forecast into tonight. We're going to be seeing the potential for this next storm system here swinging our way. This one coming down out of the Rockies. And this is important because these storm systems, as they sweep on down this direction, we see these systems get kind of, excuse me, pushed upwards into the atmosphere. So as they leave the Rockies, they move out into the plain states and they get a lot more room to maneuver, a lot more room to draw in more and develop more energy. So we do have, again, a decent amount of this next system coming on through. This one will be mainly passing north of us and taking whatever moisture is there with it. Should not be at this time a major problem for us. It does seem like this is going to give us the potential of maybe some more precipitation, and that's why the National Weather Service has issued its latest advisory coming on through. What we've got is a winter weather advisory, which are issued for when you have a developing situation. Now, this is not in effect yet. This is in effect tomorrow through Friday morning. This is mainly for the area up around Chattanooga to the west and to the north. That's where we've got the potential for some freezing rain and snow potential farther up from there. Now, that again is for a very light potential of freezing rain going on. We do have the potential also of looking over toward Monroe County, also in the News 12 viewing area, of snow around 4 inches or so, along with a light glaze on top of that if we get enough moisture from this system. Now, we don't have anything for northern Georgia and northeast Alabama, and this strip between the Tennessee-North Carolina line and from areas around up around Blount County, Loudoun, Monroe, most of Monroe County not seeing any advisory, and down through Meigs, Bradley, and Polk County, there's no advisory at this time. But that could change depending on how much more moisture we get. Also more advisories all the way back over toward Middle Tennessee. So in our area, we could see the potential in the central part of the News 12 viewing area. Our area here could get a very light amount of freezing rain. But remember, with freezing rain, it only takes hundredths of an inch to cause a lot of slipping and sliding out there. So by Friday morning, this is where we could see some potential problems in the central part of the viewing area. By Friday morning, the best possibility of snow will be set up and going on through. Now, how much are we looking at for right now? It doesn't seem to be a lot taking place at this time, but we could see by Friday morning the potential of some precipitation, maybe a tenth of an inch in much of the area. Higher possibilities north of us toward I-40 and the North Carolina line. That is going to be the worst possibility for what looks like snow. The big possibility for freezing rain, that is a much different story, and that is where we see, again, first of all, mainly areas around the Cumberland Plateau and back to Chattanooga and Hamilton County. That is where we could see the worst potential. Signal Mountain up in that area, all the way to I-40 and the Cumberland Plateau, that's where we get the best potential of freezing rain here. And then back over to the east of us, we see more potential of that. North central Georgia into around western North Carolina and extreme eastern areas of Tennessee. We do not see this being a major winter storm. I think if there were a better possibility of anything involving a lot more, as in maybe a quarter of an inch of freezing rain and a lot more snow, we would more than likely be getting a winter storm warning posted very soon, but I haven't seen that. And with levels like this, that's why the National Weather Service is issuing the possibility of a winter weather advisory instead of a stronger winter storm warning. So this does not appear to be a major winter storm threat. It does have enough potential to give us some more snarls on traffic, and I would guess a lot more closings coming our way as we go into the end of the week. And toward Friday, probably a lot more classes going to be out at this time. So that is where we're going to be seeing the worst potential out there. High pressure keeping things very much under control for right now and into the next couple of days. By early tomorrow morning, low temperatures will once again be dropping down into around the teens, lower teens even. It is going to be a frosty one again tomorrow. Then by tomorrow afternoon, Thursday, after toward about rush hour, somewhere in there, that's when the moisture content begins. And again, that pink area showing the potential of a mixture of precipitation. Green is rainfall, blue is expected snow. That continues over the area, but once again, that puts us in a unique situation as the system comes on through to where we may be just above freezing in the river valley, which means we may see sleet, maybe some snow mixed in with the rain, but right now it looks like mainly rainfall for Chattanooga and areas south of that. North of there, toward I-40, Nashville, Knoxville, notice that freezing line gets very close to us, and that's where the snow starts kicking on through. The drier air wraps around the backside of this system, and as we get into early Saturday morning, most of the precipitation chances go east of us, but some of that, excuse me, could wrap its way around the backside of this area of low pressure, and we could get some dusting of snow with the temperatures out there into around Friday morning. Maybe some more snow showers, but again, this does not appear to be the type of winter storm we just went through. That had a lot more moisture to it. North of Chattanooga, picking up 6 to 8 inches of snowfall. Not the case in this particular scenario going around. We get into Friday afternoon, and temperatures will be lucky to push near freezing for the day, and that'll be about as good as it gets. Friday night, all that moisture dries out. Teens again for early Saturday morning, and then as we go into early Saturday afternoon, we're talking about a very cold start to the weekend. Temperatures barely into the mid-20s, a few teens back toward Middle Tennessee, and that is going to be about the worst of it for right there. Into the rest of the weekend, we'll talk about the 7-day forecast coming up here in just a little bit, but as this system progresses and expands and comes our direction, by tomorrow evening, that is where everything starts up and goes overnight. So Thursday night, we could be looking at the potential for some more problems once again across portions of the area. So please keep it tuned to News 12, and we'll let you know a little bit more about what we may be seeing there. But right now, I don't anticipate this being a ginormous problem. Some slick spots out there, yes, some slick roadways, some slowdowns into the early weekend. Hopefully the roads get treated again if they are able to do so, because if they are able to do so, we will need a good portion of that again on the roadways, especially in those higher to lower elevations or vice versa. There could be some very slick travel coming up again into the next about 36 hours. So keep it tuned to News 12 on there, and we'll let you know more about that. So we have the potential again of the snow showers or whatever we get from Thursday night into Friday. Temperatures cooling off into Friday, maybe some mid-30s there. Starting off the weekend with teens in the morning, 20s for highs on Saturday, a little bit above a little bit above freezing on Sunday, and teens early Sunday morning, but at least we get a break from the precipitation for a little bit. A lot of sunshine out there. And then some very good news as we go above normal on temperatures, crawling out of the deep freeze, but it's going to take another very cold weekend to get there. And then our next best chance of rainfall coming up as we go from Monday into Tuesday, possibly lingering into around next Wednesday, but the chances of rain, if they stick around that long, and it looks like it's a good possibility on the 10-day forecast, where we might be getting a decent amount of rain mixed in with some very mild temperatures, possibly some 60s as we go toward the end of January. So we may see some changes coming up here, which may help us out on the numbers by just a little bit, because as of right now, it looks like, in agreement with the Climate Prediction Center, some much warmer numbers coming on through So some very good news about that. And getting out of that ice box for a little bit will definitely help us out into the next few days. I want to tell everybody again, coming up, if you've got this holiday season a telescope, a good pair of binoculars for a holiday gift, and you don't know how to use it, Barnard Astronomical Society would like to help you with their new telescope workshop. It's an annual thing. This one to be held this coming Saturday, the 20th, 3 to 6 p.m., outdoor Chattanooga at the Philip Grimes Center, 200 River Street in Chattanooga. If you'd like to know more about the event, tons more at their website, barnardastronomy.org. If you'd like to find out a lot more about what is coming up out there, bring your telescope, your binoculars, whatever you've got in the way of technology. Bring along the instruction manual so they can look that over. But please, if you'd like to get involved in astronomy, there's no better way than having your own scope and being able to look at some of the fantastic marvels out there in the universe. So please consider going to this. Thank you to Barnard Astronomical Society for putting this on. And again, good opportunity to learn more at Barnard Astronomy. Coming up, we'll bring you more information later on about the star parties coming up at the Clarence T. Jones UTC Observatory. So stay tuned for more on that. Panaagua Auto Mall weather question of the day. The coldest temperature in January happened 2 years, 1985 and 1986. The prime vote getter was -10. That was 52% of the vote, and that was actually the right question, the right answer right there. So -10 two times, 85 and 66 on our Panaagua Auto Mall weather question of the day. You can find out our next poll by going to wdef.com/vote now if you'd like to take a look and see what's going on there. We are getting into the prime of severe weather season, so please make certain that you go to our website for a video to show you how to program your weather radio, wdef.com/weather, and cannot overemphasize this enough, especially getting into the next several days and weeks. The National Weather Service in Morristown, which covers part of the News 12 viewing area, including Hamilton County, is holding another Skywarn training event coming up Friday, February 9th. And if you'd like to attend this, it is totally free. These Skywarn meetings are your ability to become the eyes and ears of the National Weather Service out in the community for ground truth, to see what is going on. They could call you when you give them the phone number. They can contact you and say, is this happening where you are? Or if you see stuff going on, you can use your cell phone to call them and say, this is John or Jane Smith from South Broad Avenue in Chattanooga, rotating wall cloud, wind damage, baseball-sized hail, whatever. That information you can call back to them, and you can let them know what's going on based on your expertise by taking these courses. So if you'd like to take the one, if you're in Chattanooga and Hamilton County, take this course if you're able to. Friday, February 9th, 6 p.m. at CHI Memorial Hospital on DeSales Avenue. Again, register for a seat. It's totally free, but to make certain they have enough space for the event, or if they have so many people show up, they have to hold another meeting at another date and time because it's so popular. Go ahead and make certain that you get the information in. weather.gov/MRX. That's the three-letter code for the National Weather Service in Morristown. There should be other events coming up in the next few days. If there are, we will let you know about that in various other counties. So please keep it tuned to News 12, and we'll let you know more about what is going on there. That should do it for tonight. We've been on for about 20 minutes, so that'll wrap up everything without putting too many people to sleep. Questions, concerns, anything, email me. The address is on Twitch TV on the screen, and I apologize, I did not update the information on the date, so that's correct on there. It's January 17th, not the 16th. And if you have any questions, Onek@WDEF.com, or you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, X, various other social media pages. You can find me out there somewhere, and let me know. We can't do stuff like this unless we get information from you, our viewers. We can't run a TV station and news events unless we hear from you to say, more of this, less of that, focus on this, whatever you've got. Let us know what you're thinking politely, if you don't mind. That would help out a lot, and we would be glad to hear from you on that. So please give us a buzz. Again, for me, Onek@WDEF.com, and you can find all of us on the Contact Us website section of our website, WDEF.com. Chip Chapman will have your forecast bright and early in the morning, starting at 5 a.m. And again, remember, winter weather advisories for part of the area. Could be some sloppy travel coming up again as we go into Thursday night and Friday morning. I'll have details for you again tomorrow evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek from the News 12 studios in downtown Chattanooga, Tennessee, USA, North America, planet Earth, Milky Way galaxy. Thanks for joining us tonight, and stay tuned for more with News 12 on air and online. And please, let's be careful out there.